All right, let's copy this because I need to. For some reason, my camera settings got messed up, so I got to do this like manually. All right, what is up, everyone? We are gonna be reviewing price action for today, October 24th, 2025. I want to do a market recap eventually soon. It's been like a week since I've made even one market recap, which is like kind of sad. But I want to make one soon, and I've been meaning to make more short form. I had 3 come out this week. I want to have more come out, but only human. As much as I would like to just be a machine that's a robot, it's not that easy. So I guess we're just gonna keep moving forward. I am halfway now to passing actually 3 of the top step combines, which is very very cool. And yeah, what happened is I got the free reset, and so basically 2 of the accounts were right on the borderline of around where they started. So I was like, well, I could go for a 1-to-1, and then if the account gets lost, then free reset. But if it hits, then I'm halfway past to the halfway funded, right? So I just did that on 2 of them, and 1-to-1 hit. I just did a higher time frame. I did the 12-hour or 8-hour inversion for Viagap right here. Just very very clean, delivering from BPR here, and then I just targeted 1-to-1 on this. Oh, you can't even see my screen. Then I just took this 8-hour inversion, targeting 1-to-1, and yeah, this was the trade that I did for to half pass the 2 accounts, and so now I'm halfway to passing 2 fundeds, which is pretty sweet. And you can see here that there's actually essentially no drawdown, which is crazy. That's crazy. Genuinely insane. Guys, look at the volume balance, by the way. Whew. We gotta talk about this volume balance here. What is this? This is this daily volume balance. By the way, guys, if you don't remember the daily volume balances, I'm gonna be listening. By the way, guys, I am listening to music, as I've said in prior videos. You guys already know the drill. I'm just listening to music, and yeah, it's a chill stream. So let's see. There we go. So back to what I was talking about. So we did actually look at this. We respected this daily volume balance. And guys, this is different than a new day opening gap. And I learned this, I don't know how long ago, but the reason it's different is because daily volume balance is going to open at 18 and close at 16. NDOG is going to open at 18 or no, okay, it's backwards, right? Daily volume balance is going to close at 16 and open at 18. NDOG is going to close at 17 and open at 18. So 1 hour difference, right? But watch this. It actually makes a difference, right? Here we have a daily volume balance here. If we go down to the lower time frame and actually look, okay, where's the NDOG? You can see the NDOG is only the upper portion here. So just something to consider, right? Daily volume balance and NDOG are going to be different. Do what you want with that information, right? I should make a short form video on that. I'm gonna put that in my notes. Difference between daily volume balance and NDOG. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna make a short form video on that. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So we had this daily volume balance here. Just beautiful. Look at how we respect this. We actually reclaim this old Fervaya gap as well. Sorry guys, I'm kind of getting distracted. I should be looking at low time frame, but I guess let's start at the higher time frame. It's kind of cool to look at, right? Wow, the market's just beautiful. Look at this. Look, observe. Okay. Observe the way, like, we sweep it. This is a signature that you got to remember forever. Like, observe the signature of sweep, close, retest. Let's actually get rid of the daily volume balance for now. Remember this signature forever because it's going to repeat itself in price over and over again. It's crazy. We'll get an old Fervaya gap. Initially, it's going to get drilled through, but then we're going to come back up, reclaim it. You see this? See how it gets reclaimed after? This phenomenon price is going to occur a lot. And, yeah. It just gets reclaimed after we'd already broken through. Something for your notes, right? By the way, right? True month open. Was, I think, in there somewhere. Pretty cool. So you see this, right? You see how we manipulate the low and then we reclaim the gap later on. Alright. Let's pick a new folder for today. 10-25-25 Friday. Alright. Daily FVG gets reclaimed after lows manipulated. Kind of a cool behavior that will happen in the markets, right? Okay. Let's make a visual of the difference between this NDOG and this daily volume balance. Right? So you can clearly see here's the daily volume balance. And then the actual NDOG is different. So right here it's going to show up as that, but it's actually not that. It's this. The actual NDOG is from here We don't need to make a visual of it, but you guys get the point, right? Daily volume imbalance gets respected. We purge the lows at the bottom of it. Kind of cool. These markets, man. Oh, and then look at this. Look at the signature of this Reaper gap, actually. Wait, this is cool. This is cool. Hold up. Observe this Reaper gap right here. Wow. Yo, this is pretty cool. No wonder the market found support there. It's kind of cool. And this manipulation was important. Why? Because we took true month open right here. So what is this? Reaper for value gap on the 1 hour. Do you see how precise these markets can be? Right? And notice how it's purged initially but then reclaimed. Pretty cool, right? So, something to take notes on for sure, right? Market's perfect. Alright. So yeah, let's pay attention to this Reaper gap. Or let's take note of this. Pretty cool, right? So how could you take a trade off of this? Well, you could drop down to the 5 minute down right here. Use this 1 hour Reaper to take a 5 minute change and stay out of it. Now you see how easy of a trade this ends up being, right? Right, we have an old Reaper gap. Makes this really easy for us, right? We manipulate the low. This change state's not obvious. We ended up getting Asia SMT right here. Wow, this looks really pretty, actually. Right, so Asia SMT. So this is manipulation right here. Actually, we can mark it out like this and then show how this fair value gap gets held. And now let's just show. Okay. Look how perfect this is, right? Accumulation, manipulation, 5-minute change in state. Perfect delivery off of this. So what's the key level? It's a 1 hour Reaper gap. So we're pairing our really high confluence PD array, this 1 hour Reaper, and pairing it with a 5-minute change in state. So now you see how clean this is. Right? Bang. Perfect delivery. Kind of cool because we can pair we can use a higher time frame Reaper as our PD array for a lower time frame trade. Right? That's pretty cool. So 5-minute change in state, where do we deliver? London high. And by the way, it's a reclaimed Reaper gap, right? We'd already pushed into it, drilled through it, then came back up. Then, after we'd already pushed through it, we used it. Those are going to be really nice. Those Reaper gaps, or any kind of fair value gap where that happens. Like I showed at the very beginning of the video, like, you want to see that happen in price action where we delivered aggressively through it, come back up, reuse it, and then deliver higher. So this was right at market open, which is pretty cool. I guess this goes in Thursday. So yeah, 9:25. And I'm gonna start abbreviating flow state instead of having to type the whole thing out. Just do flow state -C for flow state close, and -R for retest, and then -I for inducement, and then -J for J entry. Or do you guys think I should write out flow state close every single time? Maybe. Yes, because otherwise people might not know what it is. Yeah, now that I think about it. Alright. Let's try and look at something from today's price action. So, today was interesting because the market was essentially just, yo, what up, Ethan? How's it going? Today was interesting because we essentially just were continuing through. You were actually first today. Today was interesting because we were essentially just continuing from yesterday. When we inversed this gap, and then you can see we delivered higher. And you can see actually Monday 18 o'clock we manipulate lower. Yeah, to start the week. So, true month open gets manipulated here. True week open manipulated here. And then true day open here. Oh, we should have kept the Reaper gap up. I mean, this is just a very obvious Reaper gap right here from this. So you see how precise these markets ended up getting. Oh, we could even break this down even further. Oh my gosh. No way. That's so precise, dude. And so we take this. It's our Reaper gap. So accumulation, manipulation. Then we have another true open here. Wow. I mean, I don't know, man. If you haven't been watching streams, you probably don't understand how cool this is, but like, wow. Like, only certain people are gonna understand how cool this is. Right? You see what I'm saying? So, wow. Not everyone's, it's not gonna click for everyone. That's okay. I mean, this is kind of beautiful, honestly. So, wow. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you just gotta sit and look at the market and just be like, this thing is just cool. How? How is it this precise? It's incredible. Right. And then true week open, and then look, 7:30 perfectly manipulated as well. Wow. Honestly, I don't even know. There's not much words to say. This is just incredibly precise. We could break this down even lower, but I'm not going to. So you can see inducement occurred right there. That's so cool. So this is the initial accumulation, manipulation. Then we have like a secondary accumulation. I don't even know what to call it. Wait. You know what's crazy? We gotta actually get precise with this. Why did the market stop there? Okay, you have to admit this is pretty sweet. Wait. The way the market interacts with the quarterly theory tree opens is actually insane. It's crazy. You can frame a really nice buy model out of this. At 4 in the morning. Okay, we actually got to take a look at this. This is kind of cool. So we're gonna have to use 130 as well. Wait a second. Maybe this was a Reaper gap itself. Oh, look at the volume imbalance there. Whoa. So we have a 15-minute Reaper gap. How are you halfway past from a 1-hour trade? 1-to-1. So, Gary, so what happened is Topstep gave us free resets for the outage that happened on Monday. And so, because of that, basically, I could half pass the account, and it'd be risk-free because if it lost the account, I could reset it for free. So, I just targeted 1-to-1 on that higher time frame inversion for value gap. And yeah, it's just common sense. Why would I not do that, right? Because if the account got blown, then I could reset it for free. And actually, one of the accounts was in drawdown, so resetting it actually would have brought the balance up, which is like literally like a no-brainer. It's like, okay, either the balance goes up or the balance goes up, and it's free. So yeah, that's how. Yeah, man. It was just like, now I still have those other resets too, which is crazy. I didn't even use them. It just allowed me to take a risk-free trade that now I can now I'm way closer to passing it. And I can just go back to normal trading, which is super nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to listen to music. Oh my gosh. But yeah, these markets are so sick. How can... Anyway, I was gonna screenshot it. Now build that capital and become consistent. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yeah, man. I think it was a really smart idea. Okay, I'll look at this later, but first I wanna screenshot the higher time frame. So yeah, wow. Bang. Screenshot this. Alright. And the cool thing about that inversion for value gap was there was not like any drawdown at all, which is crazy. Like you can't make that up. It's crazy. Okay. Let's put this in the journal for Friday, in the notes for Friday. Just really cool how the intermarket interacts with these quarterly theory true opens and waits to manipulate perfectly after the true opens are all in discount or premium below the true opens. Right? It's just kind of cool. Yeah, so yeah, the other thing I wanted to look at is this here. Yeah, because this is a very obvious. Yeah, let's just do Control Z. Oh, I went back too far. Whatever. But like the way the market interacts with these true opens, it's crazy. It's beautiful actually. It's like art, bro. The market is an amazing artist. It's just perfect, man. And it goes to show everyone's style really is totally different. Like my style is probably not like anyone's out there because I see the market through my lens, not necessarily everyone else's. I see it the way I see it. And it allows me to, I don't know, really be myself when it comes to these markets. And that's really a beautiful thing. Because then I can actually do what makes sense to me and like look at it and be like, oh yeah, this is a 15-minute Reaper gap. We got a 1 minute change of state out of this. I mean, these are way more precise trades than whatever else other people are taking. I mean, these type of trades using, honestly, we gotta name it. We gotta get a name for a model where you use a Reaper as your higher time frame PD ray. Yeah, I'm actually gonna name it right now. Actually, so I would use this as a 1 minute change in state. Whew. Now that's cooking. You could even go. Yeah. Maybe it's better to mark it out as this change in state. Honestly, this is where we get to learn. Seven projections. Seven. 2, 3. I don't know. I think this one's the best. 4 projections. And then 7. Okay, I need a name for this style, this type of trade. Maybe like a... Let's ask ChatGPT for a name for this. The night when you listen to music, just let it autoplay. You find the coolest songs. It just does its own thing. It's like, wow, thank you for that song. Appreciate it. Flow state R. Thanatos. Oh, the Abyss. Oh, the Abyss. Alright, that's the name, bro. This is the Abyss. See, I can't call it the Abyss model. The Abyss protocol. What happens if I look up Abyss? The Abyss protocol. Flow state Abyss. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's... I'll just call it the Abyss. No, we'll call it Flow State Abyss. right? You see what I'm saying? And then so we get that 15-minute Reaper gap. Obviously, we accumulate, we manipulate, and expand. And then I can mark it out like this too if I want. Yeah, I guess I'll just call it flow state abyss. Or maybe like my abyss model. No, I'll just call it flow state abyss. There we go. It's a good name. Flow state abyss. I like it. Yeah, sometimes the 7th standard deviation is really good. Sometimes we'll go with the 8th. Honestly, it's kind of interesting like under what context the 7th is good and the 8th is good. I don't know. It is weird. I will admit it is weird. All right. Oh, I guess I should probably let's just we don't need to mark out the exact trade. 414 flow state abyss. 15-minute aligning with the 1 minute. That's clean. Actually, well, now all of a sudden, if you measure it out like this, nah. Yeah, I could call it flow state Reaper, but no, bro, I'm not calling it that. I'm not calling it that crap. I'm not calling it flow state Reaper, bro. It deserves a better name than that. Flow state abyss. 15-minute, 1 minute, number 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I could just call it flow state Reaper, but we're not calling it that. My AirPods died. It's so cool how I never stop learning. I swear. Whenever I backtest, I always find something cool. There's always something new. It's crazy. There's always something new. And then you could even, let's say you were more conservative, right? Let's say you were more conservative and said, "Hey, that's not a change in state." You're looking at something that's not a real trade. Well, okay, this objectively is, right? 100% this is a change in state. Well, now all of a sudden, we get close higher, we come down. What do we go to? An old low, right? So now, inducement of this low, we can enter via an inducement. And same thing, and we could target this high. All right. And yeah, flow state entry via an inducement. So we'll call this one flow state inducement. All right, bang, 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 boom. So flow state inducement is essentially flow state, but instead of entering at the change in state, you kind of just soup an old low below the change in state instead. And a lot of time it can be very, very precise. So 431. Flow state. Yeah, I could do flow state dash I, but no, I'll just type it all out. Like if I really want to, I can refer to them as like flow state I, flow state C, flow state R, but when I'm journaling them, when I'm writing them down in my notes, I'm gonna write the whole thing out so people know what I'm talking about. "15-minute Reaper, 1-minute change state." It's pretty cool. Okay, I want to see. What else I want to see? I want to see. Where was 130? So you can see we're below 130 as well, right? See how all the true it's like a little. This is the algorithm. This is the algorithm at work. The true opens get manipulated, efficiently driving the market higher. That's once we purge all the true opens, then we efficiently drive higher. That is the algorithm. I am curious though. I am so curious as to was there a reason for the low being right here? Because how cool would it be if one day I could soup news right here? I'm not gonna lie. That would just be so sick. Could you imagine? People would be just bewildered if I could just soup news here. Wait. No way. Is that oh my gosh. Little Reaper there. Okay. Do we consider this a Reaper gap or not? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Yes or no? This is more of a, I don't know. Either way, still could be a coincidence that that's the low. Maybe it's not the most obvious 1-minute gap in the world, but objectively, this is the lowest fair value gap in this leg higher. I mean, objectively. So, I don't know. Yeah, like you could argue. I don't know. You could argue definitely that maybe that's a coincidence. But what if it's not, right? What if it's not? Then what? Then all of a sudden you're looking at, oh my gosh, I can soup news. I can soup the bottom of news, right? What? People be going crazy. People be like, wow, how is he doing that? What is going on? And then you're over here knowing exactly what you just did. You know what I'm saying? How crazy would that be? So yeah, you can see that we actually got a 90-minute SMT with this low, I believe. Or not. I thought we did. But it looks like equal lows. Honestly, I'm kind of getting to the point where like I'm realizing equal lows actually might count as SMT. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I think equal lows count as SMT, and I'm just gonna let it be what I've seen according to my back testing. Right, so we get SMT into this 1-minute Reaper, 90-minute cycle SMT. Yeah, I mean this is a very obvious volume balance on the 5 minute too. Actually, I like that better. Yeah, now we're kind of cooking, right? You see why we end up going there? So I need a name for the model where you just super reaper. Um, yeah, we'll call it we'll call it the Reaper. We'll call it the Reaper Oblivion. Basically, just souping at a Reaper gap. Okay, 8:30 Reaper Oblivion. This was just on the 5 minute, and I just souped it. Bang. Okay, what now? What do we look at now? Man, these markets never stop being interesting. They never do. They never stop. They're perfect. These markets are perfect. It's crazy. All right. Wow. What a candle on the 1 minute. Boom. I think PB trading took this long. Nice, I guess. Was there opportunity within here, guys? What do you guys think? Should we look around? There's just not much to work with up at these in this area. There's not a ton. We did get SMT there. Okay, let's take a look at this. Right, we had SMT with this 930 low. Very nice sweep of that 930 low. And let's see. Yeah, we get this SMT. We'll have the data high. 858. Then we're below our true open, which is 922. And oh my gosh, perfectly partial 90-minute SMT, by the way, perfect. Right, so 90-minute, partial 90-minute SMT. And then we have the data highs above. Oh, let's just get rid of this. I guess you would just have to take this as a change in state, kind of like whatever his name did. Only thing is there's no change in state until we get this. I actually don't know if that's that bad though. I think it's okay. Ooh, wait. This change in state, I like that. I kind of like that. We'll mark out all of the options. First we have right, first we have this change in state here where it's just a little boom boom. We can project out the OB. Then we go 4 projections up, which, by the way, lines with our data high. Wait, let's mark it out like this. Let's mark it out like this. Huh. Wow. Would you look at that? 4 projections higher. Bang. So, that's kind of cool. And this is right market open, right? Data high. So I like that change in state. It's clean, very obvious that we had accumulation, manipulation, that's not a word, manipulation, change in state right here. I like it. And then we could even go stop at the end of the displacement candle, and then, oh my gosh, that is what 5 are. Crazy. So you guys see it, accumulation, manipulation, then here's the low time frame change in state. Alright. Honestly, let's just say that we took profit at the data high, because that's just the obvious target. And then bang, right? There we go. Delivery, SMT, 30-second change in state, 4 projections up. Actually, just kidding. Let's actually go Let's say we took profit at the fourth trade. Nah, no. This is fine. Okay. Can't argue with how clean this is. This is crazy. Okay. Okay. 932. This is just a CISD closed, no higher time frame PD array. And this is on the 32nd. Bang. And then the next thing I was going to say is, okay, let's just say that wasn't obvious to us. Well, let's say we took this one, right? Same thing. We still enter on the close. You can go break even. I think PB Trades took this. PB Trading. Like I said. And then we can go break even at this high. On a tight stop loss, I will admit, very tight stop loss, but I don't know. We're just going to mark it out. Actually, let's mark it out like this. See, now it doesn't look as ugly. Maybe get away with it. I like it. Let's screenshot it. $9.34. CISD close. 32nd. Maybe not the most obvious one in the world, but still, I'm gonna mark it up. Okay, Yo, rejection block? Say what? Rejection block. Yo, that's a clean looking rejection block, can't lie. Oh man, what do we even look at now? Like I said, there wasn't a ton of opportunity. Oh, maybe we take this as a inversion. It's not my favorite looking trade. Let's just mark it out for the sake of observing and learning, right? Just for the sake of it. So yeah, probably like this. Yeah, 9.33. So this candle, when it closes, we would get in. Okay. For the sake of learning, right? Let's just say that this was a possible trade. I don't mind it. Right? We could take this as an inversion. Probably wouldn't take it though, being honest. Just because, I don't know, I don't like that wick on that candle. It's not my favorite type of trade, but then again, it's pretty clear AMD, so I don't know. This one's definitely a more personal preference type of thing. Like, if you like it, you like it. Let's go ahead and screenshot. So 30-second inversion. Wait, let's. Oh yeah. 33. Inversion for value gap on the 32nd. Clean. Alright, I'm gonna take a break. But so far, man, productive backtesting session. I feel like every day I just get just a little bit better. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I don't know. Adds up, man. Adds up. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Okay. Let's go. I got a sub. Let's see if anyone's watching. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. One watching. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Alright. What now? What else is there to look at here? Well, clearly, I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of opportunity here. This inversion took us to that high. You definitely have to go break even and just probably be break even. The interesting thing about these kinds of trades, though, is sometimes you can get in way lower. One minute look. Not a huge fan of it. Alright. Yeah. I don't even know. I feel like this price action was kind of hard to trade because, just objectively, this was just hard to trade. First strike. We can take a look at first strike. There actually probably was opportunity with first strike, huh? Let's actually take a look at this. So 930. So this is not the first one for value gap. This one is. So, they're definitely. This was the move, bro. This was the move. First strike was the move on this day. So we had accumulation. Okay, this is getting good. Wait. So. This is an interesting one because a lot of time you expect us to inverse and then go lower off of first strike, but this one we actually just used the gap and then went back higher. So, and I guess a big reason for that is because just accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So that makes actually a bit of sense. So first presented for value gap. All right, let's go down to 15 second. Wait for our line time. Look for our line time frame change in state. There's two different ones. I like this one. We are getting good at this. And then the cool thing about this is if you were super patient, you could wait for an inducement. And look at that inducement. Whew. Clean. Wow. I think we're getting good at this. What do you guys think? I think we're getting pretty good at noticing and observing and trading. Right? So then with this, right, we can project this out. Bang, bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. As always, let's just target the 7th. Oh, what? What? No, actually, I'm just kidding. We would target the end of this. Yeah, we would target the equal highs. There, that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, that is really nice first strike, honestly. And yeah, equal highs. So the reason this is nice is because let's just say that we took it like this. Oh, just sliding that order in. Just sliding it in after we sweep liquidity. So, whoops. Wow, that's pretty cool. And obviously we sweep out the low. I'm not gonna mark that. 11 o'clock. First strike. 1 minute aligning with the 15-second. It's nice. I don't know, man. This price action was definitely more difficult because I don't know. It just was. Just very obviously was more difficult. The key though with any trade is just only take it if it's very obvious and stands out. That's really the key. I guess let's take a look at London because I don't know, not loving the price action that happened in New York. We obviously showed how that was a Reaper gap, but actually, let's pull this back. So yeah, here's the Reaper Abyss model we just talked about, right? Or just call it the Abyss. What did I call it? I call it Flow State Abyss. Right? Yeah, Flow State Abyss. You know what's crazy is actually, now that I look at it, this is a change in state. This little weird looking thing is a change in state right here. When you look at it like that, it's crazy how precise these markets are actually. Wait a second. Now this is getting interesting. Right? So, sweeping into the bottom of the Reaper. What if you just What if you just entered on the change in state that was right there? Oh. Guys, we might be getting really good at trading soon. Check this out. What if we just say, like, actually, let's just take a change in state like this. Ooh, see, this is just cool. And then look. And you could go break even. I guess you get break evened out, huh? But that's, besides the point. If you didn't get break evened out, well then you can project this out. Now I'm so curious. I remember the first time I measured one of these, like, lowest candle OBs, and I was like, wait, why do the standard deviations line up so well? And then I realized, oh yeah, it's because smart money took the trade. Duh. And then it hit me. That these lowest OBs are changing states as well. And then we go 8 projections up. Wow, would you look at that? Marks out the high. What a coincidence. Not. Right? This ain't no coincidence. It's perfect. These markets are perfect. Boom, boom. So, bang. Yeah, let's mark this out again. So this was at 407. Flow state, abyss. 15-minute aligning with the 1-minute. Clean. Man, it's crazy. I learn so much all the time. Like, for instance, this right here is a 2022 model. It's subtle, but it's real. Right? You see it? Little tiny little sweep, break of structure for value gap. So subtle. And then look at how the BPR is used. We should actually pop down to a 30-second. Oh my gosh. The market is so cool. Look at this. So first of all, what's the POC of this? Okay, it's way down there. We don't want to use that one. That one's too far down. I guess the most obvious one was, well, this right here. It's actually, wow, 2022 models can be so beautiful, actually. So yeah, look at that. So I target this. So there's the liquidity pool. All right, this is where things get interesting. Right, let's take take a look at this sweep. Only thing is, there's not even. We're just at all-time highs. It's just a blind short, but still, right? When I see the market come up like this, essentially voiding up, and then all of a sudden break structure like that, it's given the vibes of now we got to dump. What time did this entry occur? 2:34. What's 2:07? No way. 7, 9. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, sometimes you just have to ask yourself, like, do I know too much? Do I know too much? Are they gonna come after me, bro? Nah, because what? 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 Oh my gosh. So, what am I looking at? 234. We get the 2022 model at 234. Observe the perfect response out of the BPR. So, 234. We get a reaction out of this. What is significant about 234? It's a 369 time, right? 234 is 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4 is 9. Alright, and then we're above 130. We're above midnight. Then we go to 152. We're above 152. Above every single true open. One thing that does not occur is I don't think we come to equilibrium. Ha, just kidding, we do. What the heck? It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how this is possible. Like, this is just. It's just insane. I have no words. It's crazy. Like, no drawdown at all. Okay, screenshot this. Oh, I forgot to mark that we're above every true open. That's whatever. Wait a second. Isn't 233 that macro in London? 234 2022 model on the 32nd. Isn't 233 that macro? Yeah, so it is the macro. It doesn't. It's interesting. It delivers price a little bit, but only during this first little section of the macro. Still though, I guess the drawn liquidity was just the next low. Still though, the fact that we hit the entry right at 234, which is 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9, it's pretty cool. Yeah, let's just say for instance, let's just say that we ended up saying, okay, I am only interested in taking the trade for the immediate move to this low. And I only want to take it like this. It's perfectly fine to do that, right? And the reason I say this, I like this, is because it just, I don't know, it's just a very logical spot, right? So 234. So macro time. 233 to 3. But in our case, we're just marking out, most importantly, from the entry to the drawn liquidity, because that is my definition of a macro. I only care about macros from the entry to the drawn liquidity, and then bang. Where's 233 to 3 macro? So 234 is an important time. 2022 model, 32nd, number 2. $234. Why is 234 important? Because it's a 9. 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 9. So, oh my gosh. And it's right at the start of that 233 to 3 o'clock macro. And it's also usually above the true opens. Oh, my phone died. Alright, that's okay. I'll write it down later. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. It's just insane. The precision is insane. Oh my gosh. Never giving up with trading ever, 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 ever. What the heck? Oh my gosh. And it's just a giant CRT actually. When you look at it like this, oh my gosh. When you look at it like this was just a giant CRT actually. Right? You see the series of green candles and then manipulation candle, and then delivery to the end of the green candle. Notice how we don't come to the red. Just a little observation, right? CRT manipulation candle, CRT delivered. Kind of interesting. Like it just makes sense. Like why did the market do what it did? Oh, well that's why. That is why. You can clearly see exactly why it did what it did when it did why it did. So would you look at that? What is this? Genesis model, right? No drawdown, none, not one bit of drawdown. Just a giant little CRT. $230. What was it? 5-minute candles and then 30-second was the low time frame. Let's go back to the 5 minute and show it out one more time, right? That's clean. That is clean. It's, you know, it's really is cool. Just cool. 230 Genesis model, 5 minute, aligning with the 30-second. This is trade number 2. Or not trade number 2, but image number 2. Then we ended up using this 5 minute gap. Look at the volume balance. Oh, I'm getting tired. Minute for value gap. It's just a simple trade, right? 5 minute for value gap and then 30-second changing state. Just normal flow state. This is just about as normal as flow state gets, honestly. Normal looking flow state right here. What time did we tap it? 4:13. 4:14. Oh my gosh. 4:14. What is that? That's a 9. We could project this out. I guess I'd probably just take profit at 4 projections. That's probably fine. Yeah. Right, and then we have a sweep of these lows. Yeah, that's nice. I think I'm too tired. I'm too tired. I can't even. I'm too tired. I'm gonna end the stream here. Alright. See you guys later. Peace out.